those things aren't on, and you can't be getting into someone's personal life like that. That's, as I said, it's not on. That's crossing the line, in my opinion.
It's divided opinions around the globe. Former South African captain Graham Smith tweeting, "Warner crossed many personal boundaries with the South Africans. So we can't be surprised when there is eventually a reaction. If players are happy to give it, they have to be prepared to take it." Fat du Plessis agreed.
I think both parties, from what I've heard, there was a lot of personal stuff being said. If you want to go personal, then it needs to stay on the field.
Smith admits Australia was trying to get under the Proteas' skin, but says they didn't get personal.
I think we were certainly very chirpy out on the field as well. As far as I'm aware, we didn't get personal towards Quinton. I think what he said got a little bit personal towards Davey, and as we saw, it certainly provoked an emotional response.
Nathan Lyon was fined 15% of his match fee for his post-wicket celebrations following the dismissal of A.B. de Villiers. Danica Mason, NBN News.
Coming up, the Socceroos' new coach names his first squad, and the Matildas too good for China at the Algarve Cup.
Sports update first.
What Gary did wrong, he just stopped the ball with him. He didn't throw it at him.
It was a little bit deliberate, dropping it next to him.
Sports update.
Good evening, Mitchell Hughes with an NBN Sports Update. There's speculation the NRL won't register Todd Carney despite interest from the Cowboys. Knights coach Nathan Brown says Danny Levi is unlucky to miss out on selection for the clash with Manly, with Connor Watson to share hooking duties with Slade Griffin. Socceroos coach Bert van Marwijk has named a preliminary squad for friendlies against Norway and Colombia, including debutants Stimmy Petratos and Andrew Naboot. And Nigel Bogart's knee injury is likely to sideline him for 6 to 10 weeks, making him a long shot to play for the Jets in the A-League finals. More news soon. A late fight back has saved Manchester United from an embarrassing defeat to lowly Crystal Palace in the English Premier League. United trailed 2-0 before scoring 3 late goals to snatch victory, with Nemanja Matic's stunning match winner coming in the first minute of injury time. Man U remains second on the table, 16 points behind Manchester City. The Matildas remain unbeaten in the Algarve Cup in Portugal following a 2-0 win over China this morning in their final group game. Chloe Lagazzo opened the scoring for Australia shortly after the break, before Sam Kerr grabbed our second in stoppage time, scoring her 13th goal in 9 international matches. The Matildas now play the hosts for third spot. Socceroos coach Bert van Marwijk has named a 29-player preliminary squad for this month's friendlies against Norway and Colombia. 22 players who helped Australia get past Honduras last November were selected, while 4 A-Leaguers have also been named, including the Jets' Stimmy Petratos, Sydney's Josh Brillante, and now former Newcastle attacker Andrew Naboot. Naboot's selection is bittersweet for the Jets, coming a day after confirmation he's transferring to the Red Diamonds in Japan. The 25-year-old was a spectator at training today as he said his goodbyes.
Naboot might be leaving the club right before the A-League finals, but clearly there are no hard feelings.
He's had a great couple of years here, great service to the club, he played fantastic football, has an opportunity to go to a really big club over in Japan, and I think he'll do very well. So I think it's a good move for him and for the club.
The popular attacker isn't the only player Ernie Merrick has to replace. Skipper Nigel Bogart has a compression fracture on his tibia and a torn calf.
The good news is that there's no damage to the articular surface of the knee, nor is the ACL being damaged. If either of those had been damaged, it would be very bad and for a very long time.
As it is, he's facing 6 to 10 weeks out and is only a remote chance of returning for the finals. Bogard is also coming to the end of a 3-year deal, but the club says he's a priority to re-sign.
He's very good technically, strategically, he's a good on-field leader, and he's a good person to have around on and off the field at the club.
The coach also has a selection headache up front, with striker Roy O'Donovan handed a 2-game ban for the incident involving Yordy Bose. Merrick says it's another example of inconsistency.
There's one player, for example, this year that headbutted someone and he got 1 week. So can you explain that to me, because I can't?
The fact Sydney skipper Alex Ross was allowed to criticise the referee after the loss to Newcastle has also raised concerns.
Comments made after the game by some players in the opposition side that aren't sanctioned. I just can't work out anymore.
In positive news, Pato Rodriguez is fit enough to start on March 17 against the Phoenix, while Ronald Vargas will return on the bench.
The Women's Premier League begins this weekend, and before a ball's been kicked, it's being described as the highest quality competition to date. A number of W League players will feature, as well as a new team.
She held the W League trophy aloft with Melbourne City just 2 weeks ago, but it's the WPL crown Riley Dobson is now focused on.
It's just that sense of being home and being happy. It's just being with a club that you love being at all the time. And you don't feel like it's a chore.
A mainstay for the Jets, this year Dobson headed south with success. City claimed its 3rd straight crown, and she believes that experience will help drive her local club Merriweather in its own title defence. Do you think you have a target on your back?
Oh look, we do, and to me that's not a problem. Like, I just played with Melbourne City, we played with their target on our backs every single game, which means you've got to play your grand final every single game. So I don't expect anything less of the girls, and I think they'll rise to the occasion.
United claimed last year's competition after fighting back from a 3-1 half-time deficit to defeat Warners Bay 4-3. A result that's driving the Bay.
Yeah, I think so. Definitely myself, being a player coach, I think we definitely want to take out the grand final. But yeah, like I said, take each game as it comes, and if it happens, it happens.
With both Merriweather and Warners Bay know they'll face more competition than ever. All clubs have recruited well, including debutantes in Atlantic, signed former Matildas Tara Andrews, Joey Burgess.
I think we'll definitely be competitive. Like, we've got a long way to go and a lot of learning to do, but I think if we stay together as a team and a club, like, I think we'll do well.
Samuel Jordan, NBN News.
Yeah, the WPL just keeps getting better and better.
It does, thank you, Mitch. Stay with us for the weather next with Gavin.
Yeah, it's just not used to it, eh?
Shane, go home.
Yeah, that'll be right.
And stay for the finale.
It's probably the best.
2. Gavin Morris joins us now with our weather, and Gav, still a few showers about this evening.
Yes, that's right, Paul. It's been streaming in for us. I'm not accumulating big numbers like what's been unfolding across the northern parts of the coast throughout today and last night, but every little bit continues to help. Let's first of all take a look at the Clarence here. Beautiful shot looking down the river, the Clarence, the Hastings, the Wilsons, right throughout the Manning has been doing very well, the Richmond as well, right throughout the northern rivers. All of the major river systems across northern New South Wales have fared quite well, but of course locally we've had a little bit of a hit and miss affair. The hit was definitely the Barringtons. 111 millimetres recorded up until 9 o'clock this morning, but you can see there's a little bit of gap there around the Hunter region. For Queensland, the drought is over. The big falls have been incredible over the last few weeks, and now this system is driving inland. Still skimming down across the northeast corner of the state. That will clear tomorrow. The onshore winds will dominate southeasterlies, cloudy skies and showers as this wet weather system drives further inland, now crossing the border into the territory, so it's cooling off throughout the centre now. Still very warm and dry right throughout southern Australia tomorrow. The showers stream on in between Brisbane and Sydney if you're travelling. There's the radar at the moment, showers driving through, so on and off over the central coast and a few little heavy pockets there. Some of that activity is reaching the upper Hunter where it's still very much needed. Cloud cover kept temperatures down as expected, low to mid-20s reached during today. The humidity high and the winds mostly out of the southeast, and that is where they're going to remain. Southeasterlies throughout tomorrow, temperatures very similar to what we received during today thanks to the cloud cover. Showers overnight, tomorrow morning breaking up, easing, and then probably another burst coming through in the afternoon. Particularly North Gloucester's had some really good falls as well, so you can see streaming in there just the foothills of the Barrington to the northern side of the valley. So we're looking at another cloudy one tomorrow, low to mid-20s, high humidity count, showers on and off overnight. A little more consistent along the coastal communities, the Lake Port Stephens and Newcastle. Starts to break up further and further as we move inland. Lots of little mountain areas there over the highway, so Cessnock to Colburn picking up a little bit as well. But the upper Hunter expected to be dry tomorrow, so partly cloudy. Temperatures unlikely to escape the mid to high 20s. A little more swell, but it's a bumpy, blown-out mess for these howling onshore winds at the moment. Set to remain that way with the low tide tomorrow morning at about 12 past 7, working to the high there just after 1. Sun rising at 7:15 and down at 7:23. That moon now is completely waning away. Onshore winds, cloudy skies, temperature-wise, more of the same day after day. It's a very consistent run. Good news is, a little bit of cloud. The wet weather's going to break up over the weekend and warm up ever so slightly as we move into early next week. Very little of this shower activity will reach the upper Hunter, so temperatures nice and comfortable and evaporation rates are low, which is good on the positive side. A few showers for the central coast as well, but just a little bit further south where all of that activity is unfolding mostly to the north. Taking a look at surf vision today, not much to look at. It's just an ugly mess out there at the moment, so it's a rest time really for surfers. And yeah, just not much going on. There's just no quality at all. And as the devil winds now, they get into everything. It's really hard to get away from that kind of lump and bump caused from these winds, these directions. You usually get into just about every single part of the coast at the moment. So hard to find anything worthy, and it's going to remain that way.
Thank you, Gav. More now on our breaking news story from earlier about the car which plunged into a river northwest of Taree. An elderly woman has now been rescued after she was trapped in the vehicle for more than an hour with her head just above water. She's being transported to Beyersdorf Hospital. And that is our bulletin for this evening.
The Today Show will have the latest headlines from 5:30 a.m.
Thanks for your company and from all of us here.
No.
Good night.